Thanks for joining me online. I'm Kevin Hurd from KevinTalksTech.com. We are switching things up today. I figured, hey, let's go ahead and get away from the tech desk for a day and come out to a beautiful, beautiful park. It is 60s here in Wisconsin right now. Fall is on its way in, and I hope you can enjoy some of this wonderful fall foliage as we talk tech today. In fact, we are talking about one certain aspect. I'm talking about the Roku box today. Big announcement from Roku, the company. They are going to be overhauling all their Roku boxes that they have available on the market right now. Now, these are the purple boxes you see in the store where you can stream services like Netflix, Hulu, Crackle, and a variety of other internet-based services to your television set. There are several Roku players out there, from the lowest priced LT all the way up to the new Roku 3, which launched earlier this year. Now, the Roku 3 is the device that has all the bells and whistles that go along with it, but the company has just announced they're going to be adding some features to the Roku 1 and the Roku 2, both of which right now are actually still a very good value. Now, in a press release, the company says they will be adding 1080p streaming to the Roku 1, making your videos look even more crisp and clear. This is basically a higher standard of high definition, is how you can think about it. For the Roku 2, the company says it's also going to be adding a headphone jack for some private listening. This is going to be located right on the remote control, so you don't even have to plug anything into the TV. And then they're also going to be adding dual band internet streaming. This means the Roku will basically manage the internet connection more efficiently, giving you the bandwidth you need to stream your shows. And finally, the Roku 3, the brand new device from Roku as of March, will still hold all of its same features right now. Still lots of bells and whistles with this one, like I said. And on this device, again, it can do everything that all the other Rokus out there can do. It does include an Ethernet port on the back as well as USB ports. The Ethernet allows for a good, solid internet connection since it's wired rather than over the air. Sometimes I've noticed faster connections too on my own wired devices. And the USB is also going to let you watch movies and television shows by hooking up a USB flash drive or USB hard drive right to the Roku, and you're able to watch those things that you've recorded on your own cameras. And then, of course, the big question here, should you upgrade? This has lots of different sub-questions that go along with it. Think about the TV you have right now. If you have the Roku connected to an older analog set, you should probably stay with the very basic Roku. That's the cheapest LT version, just because that new higher 1080p picture quality is really not going to make that much of a difference for you. Another question, how about the new features? You have to think about what's important for you. You need to make sure, first of all, too, that your TV can handle a 1080p signal if you're looking at a Roku 1. And then, of course, if you have a headphone jack that you want to be able to use with the television set, you have to consider whether you're actually going to make use of that or not. Is that extra headset jack in the remote control worth the extra money for you? Now, at the same time, if you're looking at the Roku 3, decide whether you'll utilize the USB port to stream your own media, and if having a wired connection is important to you, and whether it's even possible for you. Is your Roku next to your wired router? Now, Wi-Fi is great since you can move the boxes all over the house, and of course, each Roku out there on the market right now does come standard with Wi-Fi in it, so you might not necessarily need that wired connection to go along with it. Now, all of these players right now are available in the US, the UK, the Republic of Ireland, and Canada, except for the LT version, which is just available in the US. Roku does say that all of these devices are going to be getting an updated design, and if you do want to get your hands on one, you will have to wait until October of 2013. So if you've got your eyes on a Roku device, you might want to go ahead and wait until October. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about how Roku works, we have a tutorial online about how to hook up the Roku, a tutorial that explains a little bit more about how it works. I've also put some of the prices online as well, and you can find all of that right now by going to KevinTalksTech.com, or you can also find the video on our YouTube page as well. Just go to youtube.com/KevinTalksTech, all one word. And by the way, when you are on our YouTube page, I encourage you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button on there. I'd really appreciate it. It's the best way for me to kind of keep track of who's watching the videos. I really appreciate your comments too, and do write back as much as I can. And that'll do it for this episode of Kevin Talks Tech. Thank you so much for joining me again. Head to our website, Kevin Talks Tech, for all of your questions. We'll see you next time.